Hello, English 120D01 students. My name is Michael Austin, and I'm your teacher. The D in the class stands for distance. This is an entirely online class. A little bit about myself. I am not normally a professor. I was for 12 years a professor of English, but right now I'm serving as the Vice President for Academic Affairs, which means that I have a desk job, and I do mostly work with faculty and curriculum and trustees and with the president. I teach usually one class a year. This will be my one class for this year. And I've been doing online education for about 20 years, back when it was all text-based. So I'm hoping that you'll help me demonstrate the need and the value of an online Intro to Literature class, and maybe we can make this something that happens regularly. There are quite a few of you. Last time I checked, there were 36 of you on the rolls. I went ahead and let everybody in who needed to come in, because my whole point in teaching this class was that I thought there were going to be a lot of people who needed the class who couldn't take it face-to-face. So that means that there's going to be a lot of people participating. It means that I will have several teaching assistants for the course who will be doing the grading. And it also means that that I will try very hard, but if I'm getting dozens of emails a day, it's going to take me a while to respond to them. So be patient with me. Email when possible through Blackboard, and make sure that you follow along very carefully with the course syllabus. The way the course is set up is it is 16 modules. 2 every week for 8 weeks, because this is an 8-week course. The modules are due and you can do them beforehand. You can do them, they'll be made available to you on Sunday night at midnight of every Sunday night. So midnight between Saturday and Sunday, they'll be made available to you. And they will be due by midnight on Wednesday, and then the one that's made available midnight on Wednesday will be due that midnight on Sunday or 11:59 on Saturday, and that will be the case every week. So just plan that at the end of the day, every Wednesday and every Saturday, you will have to complete a module. You can do it the first day, you can do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but you have to do it in that time period. You can't work too far. The modules won't be available until the day that they are made available, because I want everybody working on the same thing. Each module will consist of an outline for the day, for that unit. There will be a reading. The reading will come from either this book, the Norton Introduction to Literature Portable 12th edition, or this book, Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. And this will be for the last couple of days. We'll be reading from here. Everything else will come from this book, which both of them are available in the bookstore. And I would encourage you to, if you haven't already bought them, to go to the bookstore and buy them. The Things Fall Apart can be a different edition. There's nothing new about this edition that you need. In addition to the readings, there will be at least one video that will be attached to every module, and that will usually be something like this, me talking. There will also be videos that I link to, or I'm creating a series of videos. We're going to watch one in a few minutes with other professors here at the University of Evansville, my colleagues, who are going to just join me in talking about some of the works that we're reading. So today's video will be this video presentation and a second video presentation, which will involve me talking with some colleagues. At the end of every module, there is a quiz. That quiz can be taken from the readings. It can be taken from any of the videos or any of the things that I link to in the module. And then there are 2 required bulletin board posts, and you'll have a prompt. And after each module, you'll need to post once, and then you'll need to respond at least one time to somebody else's comment or post. You can do it more, and if you do it more, you'll be eligible for extra credit. But I will base part of the grade on how complete your bulletin board posts are if you take seriously the prompt. So they're going to be a little mini paragraph or so that you'll be expected to write, and then you'll be expected to respond at least once to somebody else's observation with a question or an assertion or an argument or something that's more substantial than, oh, that's cool, you go girl, or something like that. And then there will be 3 papers that will be due at 3 different points in the semester. So the quizzes will all be open book. Of course, I don't have any way to prevent you from looking at the book, but they will also be on things that you hear in the lectures. So you'll need, before you take the quiz and before you do the post, you will need to read the reading, whatever's assigned in the module, and you'll need to take the quiz. Then you do the bulletin board post. That's how the course is going to work. It's not going to be terribly difficult to figure out, but you will have to keep doing things on schedule. You can't get behind in this course. If you don't complete a module by the deadline, then you get a 0 on the quiz, and you get a 0 on the bulletin board post, and those will not be available again. So if you start to get behind, it will be almost impossible to catch up in this class. But if you simply do about the same amount of work you would do in a face-to-face class, and you do it at the time specified, you should be able, without a huge investment of time, to read the material and to write the papers that are assigned. Unless you clear it with me in advance, I'm not going to accept late work on either the paper or on the module. And other than that, I'm going to have you hear from a friend of mine for just a moment, and then we will watch the video conversation between me and professors from the poetry, drama, and literature departments. So let's go like that.
Hello people, my name is Dr. Reginald Flybag. I have something to tell you that will make you sad. But we must all digest necessary information, even when it hurts. So here it goes. Your teacher, Dr. Michael Austin, the so-called Executive Vice President of the University of Evansville, is a wimp. A woos. A pathetic little girly man snowflake who doesn't have the guts to do his job. He didn't want to tell you about the most important thing on the syllabus, which is don't cheat. We take the honor code seriously at the University of Evansville. This means that you had better not give or receive unauthorized aid. That means that you can't have anybody help you on your quizzes or bulletin board posts. It also means that you can't compare answers with anybody else on your quizzes. And it especially means that you can't ever, under any circumstances, no matter what happens, turn in a paper that you didn't write. If you do, I will catch you. I promise. The software that we are using for this course has a lot of ways to detect dishonesty. And I will use everyone. And if I do catch you, you will automatically fail the class. Even if Dr. Austin doesn't want to fail you, because he is a weak, pathetic snowflake who tries to be nice, I will fail you. And I'm the one that controls the grade book. Just take a look at what happened the last time somebody tried to turn in a paper to me that they did not write themselves.
Yo, dude, I think it is totally unfair that you gave me a 0 on my paper on Motley Crue and Megadeth.
Oh yes, and remind me what the thesis of this thrilling report was. I get so many stunning specimens this time of year.
I had the best thesis statement of anybody in the class. Megadeth rules because they are awesome, and Motley Crue rules because they suck.
I simply can't imagine how I could have given a paper with that level of clarity and insight anything less than an A+.
You said that my entire paper was plagiarized, which is really stupid because I don't even know anybody named Gary.
Ah, you mean plagiarized? Now I recall. Almost every sentence of your paper was lifted from another source. The first paragraph came from Wikipedia. Another one came from the review section on Amazon.com. And the conclusion came from the album notes to something called Killing Is My Business.
You said it was supposed to be a research paper. And now you want to punish me for doing research. And it's not like I was trying to get away with anything. I put the Amazon review and the album cover at the end of the paper where it says, "Works recited."
I was thrilled to a dangerous state of distraction that you took the initiative to look at 2 internet sites and read the liner notes to a compact disc that, I'm sure, is one of your most treasured possessions. However, just placing the sources you used at the end of your paper is not sufficient. You also need to indicate in the body of your paper where you used thoughts or ideas from another source. And, if you use somebody else's exact words, you must enclose them in quotation marks.
Yeah, well, we did it a totally different way in my high school. How was I supposed to know that you had all of these special rules that nobody else seems to know about?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you could have read the section on avoiding plagiarism that I assigned from the textbook. Or you could have graced us with your presence during one of the 2 days that I went over this in class. And there is an off chance that you could have picked up some of the essentials from the library's plagiarism tutorial that all freshmen are required to complete during their orientation sessions.
Like, do you remember everything you did in your freshman orientation?
I remember every last cave I painted and dinosaur race that I rode in. But back to your paper. We still have the small matter of the Wikipedia article that you did not deign to cite at all.
I've got you there. If you go back and look, you will see that I did not use one single word from Wikipedia.
That is true. You changed every single word to a near synonym, rendering the passage ridiculous as well as plagiarized. If I recall, you changed the sentence, Megadeth is a heavy metal band founded in Los Angeles in 1983, to Megadeth is a dense metallic ensemble begun in Southern California in the same year my sister Mary was born.
See, you even agree with me. I didn't plagiarize.
Unfortunately, that is not quite true. One of the most common forms of plagiarism is taking words from a source and making small changes to them in order to present them as your own. This is sometimes called a half-baked paraphrase. And it is always called plagiarism. The rules for citation are really quite simple. Cite anything that you use from another source, whether it is a fact, an idea, a way of arranging things, or an overall point of argument or analysis. If you are in doubt, cite it. Nobody will ever give you an F for citing too much. And if you use words directly from another source, cite them. And enclose them in quotation marks. If you do this faithfully, for the rest of your college career, there is a chance that I will not have to write a letter of recommendation for you to transfer to an offshore rodeo clown school.
Wait a minute. Can you really go to school to be something cool like that? And in another country even? I am so out of here when this semester is over. Sayonara, sucker. And you can quote me on that.